Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Yvonne. I am hey.missk on Instagram and hey.missk on Facebook. My channel is all about teaching online and helping people through the hiring process with Outschool. And today's video, that is what I'm going to be talking about, how to get hired with Outschool. And I'm specifically talking about the application video. So if you've never heard of Outschool, it's a teaching platform, and you can teach whatever classes you like once you're hired, and it's for anyone. You don't need a teaching degree. I do have a video called What is Outschool that gives you more information and gives you the ins and outs of it. But if you've already heard of it and you're in the process, or you want to know more about the application process, then this video is for you. If you would like to apply, if you haven't applied yet and would like to and would like some guidance, I'm here to help you. You just need to sign up with my referral link that I have in the description box. If you don't know how to find it, just email me at heymissk01@gmail.com or email me right away. Email me anyways, even if you do use it, because I don't get any of your information. I just see that someone has used my link, but I don't know who it is. So make sure that you reach out to me and let me know that you've used it. I'm there to help you, to guide you through the application process and to set up your first classes, give you tips on how to get seen on Outschool, and all that jazz, and just help you out. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first things is that you need good lighting. So you do need to be well lit. You need to be sitting somewhere where they can see your face. You're not in a dark, shadowy place in a corner somewhere. If you are in a corner, make sure you have lamps that are directed at you without creating too many shadows in the background. So in front of a window is usually good. Natural light is very good. But the best place to actually film your application video is where you're going to be teaching from. So if you have made yourself a little corner in your office or in the kitchen or wherever it is, that would be the best place, because they actually recommend that so they can see what you want to do once you are hired. This is the space I will be teaching in, right? So you don't need a big space. You really just need this much space. Whatever your camera is going to show, that's how much space you need. So it's not very much. Like I said, you can put yourself in a little corner somewhere wherever you have space to have a neat background. It doesn't have to be educational, but it needs to be neat. So you don't want clutter in the background. You don't want, dishes or laundry that needs to be folded. You don't just want your sofa with toys in the back. That's not neat. That's not professional. So find yourself a neat, clean background with maybe pictures, or if you have a map or nothing at all, that's fine too, as long as it is well lit and neat. My next tip is to have your camera at eye level. Don't put your camera too low and teach down to your students, or look down when you're speaking. And having it too high also doesn't look great. So you want your camera at eye level, so it's like you're speaking to your students face to face. That's the best way to do your application video, and then even when you're teaching. And then the other thing is you need to pretend that you're actually teaching students. You're not going to have real students, you're just pretending that they're there. So what you want to do is, once you hit play, is that you give a quick intro of yourself, your name, maybe quickly your credentials and what you want to teach on Outschool, and then you jump into your lesson. Now, that should take no more than 30 seconds. A quick hello, this is my name, I have a bachelor's degree in education, or not, maybe I've been a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling my children for the past 10 years. I really want to teach math on Outschool, specifically multiplication and division. And then you jump into your lesson. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You really don't want to take too much time, because they can read that in your application. And so when you are pretending to teach students that aren't there, you want to make sure that you're asking questions, that you are actually doing it the way you would do it in class, as if you would get responses. So you would introduce yourself to your students. You would ask questions. Okay, like, who can tell me how to multiply 2 times 2? Can anybody, can you raise your hand? No? Oh, well, that's why we're here today. We're learning about multiplying by 2. And then you show them. If you have a slideshow, that's great. You can use Zoom for that. So you would just have to record yourself on Zoom teaching this slideshow, and it's only 3 to 5 minutes. So you're not teaching a whole lesson crammed into 5 minutes. You're just showing a glimpse of what your lesson would look like. So you want to teach the best part of your lesson, obviously, and just showing them that you have your setup, you have your lesson ready, and you know what you're talking about. You don't want to script it. You can write it out ahead of time to just give you an idea of what you want to say, but make sure you're not looking down and reading it, or looking off to the side. If you need to, record it 3-4 times until you have it in your head. I have helped a few people through the hiring process, and that's what they did. They sent me their video 4 times, and by the 4th time, they were much more natural on camera, and they knew what the next step was going to be without having to think about it because they've done it so many times. So I highly recommend that. Do not script it. Like I said, you can write it out, but do not read it in your application video. The other thing that you want to be showing when you're applying to teach on Outschool is that you are confident in what you're teaching. Even if it's your first time teaching online, you need to remember that you know a lot about your topic that you're teaching. So make sure you show that confidence. And if it's by being, if you have a big personality, then show that big personality. If you don't, if you're more of a quiet and reserved person, that's absolutely fine, as long as you're engaging those students anyways, as long as you're asking questions, and show them that calm personality that you have, but you can still attract those students and get them to participate. So just be yourself is the most important thing. You might have seen other videos of teachers showing high energy, and then you think, oh, this is what I need to be. That's not true. You need to be yourself. And because students and people watching your video, they will see that it's not authentic because you're trying to be someone else. You're not being yourself. So make sure that you remember who you are and be confident in that. Be confident in your lesson and yourself, who you are as a teacher. So I just want to remind you of that, because I know it can get overwhelming seeing everyone else's videos, and you might think that's what you need to do to get hired, but it's simply not true. They want to see the real you. Okay, and the last thing that I wanted to touch on is the lesson that you're going to be teaching in your application video should be the lesson that you wrote out in the application. So you're going to have a few questions to answer about yourself, so your credentials, your experience. You're going to have to give them a lesson, an idea, like a sample of a lesson that you would teach on Outschool. And so that lesson should be the one that you are using in your application video. Then it gives them a really good idea of what you've written and how you would teach it when they review your application. So don't write a separate lesson plan to the one that you're actually going to be teaching in your video. And again, 3 to 5 minutes. Don't go over that and don't stay under that. When I applied, it was 90 seconds. It was a 90-second video just introducing myself, and I had to redo it 3-4 times because I just, I thought I was saying the least possible things, and yet I went 2-3 minutes, over what I was supposed to do. So there are guidelines for a reason, and you want to stick to those guidelines. So keep your video at 3 to 5 minutes, and like I said, it's just a snippet, just a little window into your lessons, and that's what they want to see. They just want to get a good feel of how you would teach and what you would teach. I do have a video that takes you through the whole application process. I go through every single step. I also give you examples of what they're looking for. So I'm going to link that right up here for you to click on and watch. And again, if you want my help, make sure you use my link and tell me about it. If you've already signed up, you started the process, but you haven't gone through with it, then that's fine. I can still be your mentor. You just need to reach out to me and I'll tell you how to use my link, because there's no code. You have to use the link. Anyways, just reach out to me. So if you're also looking to find ways to use a slideshow in your video, go check out my tutorial on how to create slideshows with Canva. And then there's also I have a Zoom 101 tutorial, how to use Zoom. You can just open Zoom create a meeting that you're not going to have, it's just yourself, and in Zoom you can record. So you would share your screen, find that slideshow, and then record yourself, and that should be just perfect for your application video. Okay, so that's it. I will see you in my next video on how to create slideshows on Canva. It is free, it is super simple to use, and I will see you there.